an individual by the name of Robert Bigelow, all right? And he's pretty famous, or infamous, as the case may be, for he was the owner of Skinwalker Ranch before Brandon Fugal just purchased it recently. He's been known, apparently he bought the entire MUFON database, and MUFON means stands for Mutual UFO Network. So there's some sketchy things with those organizations, meaning that a criticism that I've had is if they're really looking for disclosure or trying to get information out there, that their database would be public, and it's not. So you have to pay them to get access to it. And apparently Robert Bigelow here has been a paranormal type UFO proponent, investigator, billionaire for quite a while now. And it's been said that he has a warehouse somewhere in Las Vegas where they house alien metamaterials. I mean, there's been a lot of information kind of swirling around about Robert Bigelow and some of the things he's done in the UFO community. And whether it's good or bad, I leave that up to you. This isn't Brainwash Central. I'm not trying to tell you what to think. I'm saying that to me he's a mixed bag of clearly he's doing some things that are interesting. However, he's also doing some things that are not very transparent. So he did buy up, as far as I'm aware, I think the cost was like $600,000. He purchased the MUFON database, so he had all the information about public UFO reports and all this other stuff, right? But then he spent the money on that, but then he went ahead and did not make it public. So he is just not known for being a transparent guy, unfortunately. So he did all that work at Skinwalker Ranch, and then didn't release any of that information, and then he didn't even share information to the new guy that bought Skinwalker Ranch, Brandon Fugal. So it's just a little bit weird with this guy. So something's up. I mean, like I said, I leave it to you to decide what you think about him. It's not my job to tell you what to think about people, but I think he's an interesting character and somebody we should keep an eye on as these things change and happen. But he's in the news again, and this is from the New York Times again, and this is from January 21st. This is brand new, piping hot, and the headline reads this: Can Robert Bigelow and the rest of us survive death? Now that's a hell of a question, is it not? I think it is. He's not the first one to ask this question. However, he's putting up some money. He's ponying up some dollar bills, y'all. He's offering nearly $1 million if you can help him figure it out. Now, I don't want to be, the terrible capitalist here, but I'm telling you, Mr. Bigelow, if I had the secret to eternal life, it would cost you a little more than $1 million, my friend. We'd have to negotiate. I'm just saying. $1 million sounds like a nice sum, but not for immortality. I'm sorry, not happening. Okay. Let's read some of this. Now, this is a pretty cool article. This is a pretty cool idea. Always talking about consciousness and the soul and the spirit and these differences and these things on troubled minds. So definitely good stuff here. Let's read some of this. What's across the river Styx? Robert Thomas Bigelow would like to know. Wouldn't anyone, especially now? But Mr. Bigelow is not just anyone or any 75-year-old mourning a wife and confronting his own mortality. He's a maverick Las Vegas real estate and aerospace mogul with billionaire allure and the resources to fund his restless curiosity, embracing outer and inner space, UFOs, and the spirit realm. One sec. My cough button. All right. Now he's offering nearly $1 million in prizes for the best evidence for the survival of consciousness after permanent bodily death. There you go, guys. So you want to know how you can get $1 million easily? No sweat. No sweat. Just figure out how to can your consciousness and put it into an ashtray, a robotic ashtray that runs around like R2-D2. And then you're in. Easy $1 million, right? Yeah, we got to negotiate, buddy. $1 million ain't enough. Here we go. In other words, was Hamlet right to call death an inescapable boundary? quote, the undiscovered country from whose bourne no traveler returns? Or does consciousness in some form survive bodily death? What the Dalai Lama called how we merely change our clothes. And is Raymond Chandler's big sleep only a nap? Mr. Bigelow believes so. Quote, I am personally, totally convinced of it, he said. A daunting quest, perhaps fringe to some, fringe, but the shaggy-maned and mustached entrepreneur, the sole owner of Bigelow Aerospace and Budget Suites of America, is not easily put off. Put off? Like how put off? Only some of you will get that joke. Anyway, it continues. He amassed a fortune to pursue his interests, including the designing and building of inflatable astronaut habitats for NASA, like his soft-sided expandable activity module called BEAM, B-E-A-M, attached to the International Space Station. So anyway, this goes on, of course, to say that he's offering some change, a chunk of change here, right? So everybody knows Bigelow. Anybody in the UFO community knows about Robert Bigelow, knows what he's into, the aerospace and the Skinwalker Ranch, and there's a lot of stuff. Actually, we should do an entire show on his shenanigans, because he's done a lot of things. And so with that, I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think that the secret of consciousness and immortality, at least immortality in the sense that you can live on without your body, is worth $1 million?